Youth Steelpan Jamboree. There will be some schools in attendance. They got started pretty early, so I just got here and a band is already playing. I'm not even sure what band is playing right now. But there are about 6 schools that should be performing this afternoon. Alright, let's go and see who's taking the stage right now.
Put your hands together for the Arima Angel Harps Junior Steel Orchestra. Put your hands together for the Arima Angel Junior Steel Orchestra. All here? The day hot. All you see what mark on the t-shirt? All you see what mark on the t-shirt?
So that
the fiery, you
song
know.
that you were talking about was Scooter and
All right. So just some quick announcements. If you go to... Nice. Now, Brianna introduced me as your MC, but I will not be remaining as your MC. I have somebody a little more professional coming to take over. So let me introduce him. Mr. Emmanuel Joseph, a steel band soloist with over 15 years of experience, winning competitions including UWI's Got Talent, the Halcyon Steel Orchestra Solo Competition, and the 2022 Prime Minister's Best Village Competition. He performs with PP Renegades, the UWI Arts Steel Ensemble, and Los Alumnos de San Juan, while also arranging for school steel orchestras. A music TT spotlight artist, he received national recognition in 2024 with the National Youth Award for Arts and Culture. That same year, he graduated from UWI with a BA in Literatures in English and a double minor in Linguistics and Music. He aspires to continue growing as a musician, arranger, and cultural ambassador. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'd like to pass over my responsibilities now to the real MC, Mr. Emmanuel Joseph.
Mic check, mic check. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to say thank you to Mr. Taylor. Again, my name is Emmanuel Joseph, also known as EJ. I want to say what a wonderful day this is. We want to say a warm welcome to each and every one of you, our patrons, parents, supporters, audience members, steel pan lovers. Of course, we are here in Book, the luscious green hills of Sawa and Santa Cruz. Oh my gosh, you look so amazing this evening. I want to say thank you again to Arima Angel Harps. I want to make sure we do the picture one time or we doing it after the band play. One time. So, we have a nice little opportunity right now for all the steel orchestras present. All the steel orchestras, we want to take a nice picture with you all. from Georgian Knights to Tranquil Belmont, Provi QRC, BATCE, BATCE, and Angel Harps that just played. We want to make a very, very important moment right now. And we have a young man here that want to tell us something as well. Tell me. So this is Richard Pay, and he loves his mommy, everybody. Give him a round of applause. That's good. And that's the energy here you have right now. We love our culture, we love our schools, we love the steel instruments. So we want to call all these schools right now, Tranquil Belmont, Georgian Knights, Provi QRC, Sour North Secondary Steel. All these schools right now, we're calling you for a nice opportunity for a photo. We're going to document because we know in the next few years, these same young people here right now are going to be taking over all the major steel orchestras, going to be the arrangers, the drill masters, the tuners, the band leaders. So we want to document this wonderful occasion here right now. This group of young people that we have here gathered going to be the next, in fact, they are the generation right now, of course. So all the bands, all the representatives, Georgian Knights, Tranquil Belmont, Provi QRC, Angel Harps Youths, and of course BATCE Steel, as well as our host band, Sour North. You all come. So tell us, how are you doing it? Tell me.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
What direction are you facing? This way? Nice. So we want Angel Harps to come on this side, Provi QRC Steel, Tranquil Belmont, come up, Georgian Knights. You all just come and join your energy, join the team. Right? Come forward, Tranquil. With the QRC team, Provi QRC. They going to come. They coming. All right, nice. So, BATCE, they get on this side here.
So
they get on this side here. Or what we doing?
We have Tranquility.
Yeah, come around, nice. So you want to mix up here? When I say mix up, don't separate it. I see a little space. So they come close to each other, man. Come close to each other. Mix and mingle. We are the future, we are the present, and we are a gift to the nation. Let's see what I did there. We are present and a gift. Yes, man, that's how we do it today. So we need to know Provi QRC scene, start Sour North set. Nice, they here. So we want to take this picture here. We want to document this moment right now. We are in the hills of Santa Cruz, but we are also seeing the future of our national instrument present here right now. DJ, give me something nice and low while we do this. Give me something nice and groovy. Let's go. So I wonder if we have to set the setting our phones to panoramic, you know, to get everybody. That was a joke, guys. Panoramic.
Hey, Deborah. Say hi to
DJ, give us something nice and groovy on the inside, please. Give me some music, give some energy on the inside while we take this amazing photo opportunity right now. Let's go. But right now we miss a Provi QRC. They still important spin on the here. They're on the Savannah.
Tranquility Belmont in blue. In green and yellow is Georgian Steel. And I believe that should be
looking amazing, feeling amazing. All the bands, just repeat after me right now. Tell me, sun nothing. The sun not hot. Be enjoying the energy right now. The sun not hot at all. Even our nice long sleeves and our dry fit, but with the sun not hot. We just feeling nice and warm. We feeling the warmth of each other, the warmth of the instrument. Let's go. Give me energy. Yes. This way. Let's go.
Love is the only energy.
Actually, this is Sour North. So let's go away from here. So again, Sour North Secondary, Georgian Steel, St. George's College.
Our principal business in India. Our youth can be involved in so many distractions, can be involved in so many negative. But right now they are here doing the positive for the instrument, for the culture, and for the nation.
for the secondary school. Arima is the Harps. Oh, and there's Provi QRC.
Let's go. Full of energy. Ladies and gentlemen, give yourselves a round of applause. We are today celebrating Steelpan. I'm going to invite BATCE to reset as we get prepared for their
Gerald, you're
amazing
welcome.
performance, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, we are here in Sawan North Secondary. We in Book in the luscious hills of Santa Cruz and of course
Thanks,
San
Gerald.
Juan. We are here. We want to say thank you to our major sponsors, Trinidad and by extension the eastern region of Trinidad as well as the youth arm of Trinidad. We want to say thank you to
If you're
our
wondering what
sponsors,
is going on, this
Limited,
is Sour
of
North
course, the
Secondary
National
School,
Carnival Commission,
Youth,
NCC,
Steelpan Jamboree,
and
and
our
Bazaar.
very own member
I
of
am
Parliament,
streaming until
the
5
Honorable
p.m.
Dr.
I have a
Nayan
hard stop at
Gatsby
5
of course,
because
she
I have
of
another event
course
that I'm
gives us
covering
full
tonight
support
from
at all
7.
times. DJ,
I was trying to
come
set
on,
up
let
that
me know.
stream, but I didn't expect
So we have
the
some
band to
trivia
start
that's going to be
playing
going on very soon. I want to give you all a little heads up. We're going to be doing some panorama
I'll set up that
history
stream soon.
and some panorama trivia. So I'm giving you all a little heads up to get some information, do a little research. We're in school right now, do a little research. I want you all to give me the same energy that we afforded Arima Angel Labs Juniors. And we want you all to come in the front of each band that is going to perform. We want to see the support, we want to see the energy, we want to see the camaraderie between the schools. So right now, bring it to the stage, ladies and gentlemen. They are a band that has been in existence since 2004, winning several solo,
Yeah,
duet, and
that really
ensemble pieces
surprised
at the
me.
Trinidad Tobago Music Festival. They have been, of course,
Antoinette.
participating in the National Junior Panorama competition for many years and have been crowned champions in 2008 and in 2020. But this year, ladies and gentlemen, they were able to cup the title for a third time. Make some noise for the reigning National Junior Panorama Secondary School Champions, BATCE Steel.
Oh, nice. Hey Joseph, and everybody else on the stream, welcome, welcome. Yeah, Nisha, come true, come true. millennium mic.
That was the BATCE, oh my gosh, ladies and gentlemen. They had rap, they had all types of music. My word, they take off the pan off the stand and bring it out in front. My word, give them some love. DJ, give me one to while, let me crowd here. Give me some energy.
you're now joining, I'm at Sour North Secondary, formerly known as Book. You know, Book Malatres Secondary School.
So ladies and gentlemen, we want to say welcome once again to all.
This is the Youth Steelpan Jamboree. So far we had two BATCE perform, Arima Angel Harps Juniors and BATCE Steel Orchestra. Now we have St. George's College or Georgian Steel.
Let's go, Georgian! Let's go! Let's go, Georgian! Let's go!
We have a tisha store as well. The movers and the hoopla and the red toss. We also have pick-up prize, polo, feature and ice cream on sale. We have a non-alcoholic bar, of course. We have our game contributions and everything going on, ladies and gentlemen. We have celebrated youth, celebrated steel bar, celebrated culture, and of course celebrated the name. Positive with the youth. So right now, DJ, give a little blow. I want to hear that chant again.
Mike, yes, Tipica selections.
Who do it? Yeah, let me go. I want to hear that chant. Let me go. Give me it.
Georgia guys, we are the best in East and West.
We've been on that side for a little while, now we're coming to the next side. We're taking a mix of us to the Georgian nights. Okay. So, the St. George's Steel Orchestra, also known as the Georgian Nights Steel Orchestra, was founded in 2024 by class student Ms. Jasmine Jessup and was created to grace St. George's embrace the steel pan and by extension national culture. And now in 2025 they made their history as the school's first steel orchestra to perform at the Junior Panorama Secondary Schools competition. Let's give them some noise for that. And they wish to proudly continue a legacy of music, culture and faith. You know, St. George's is just down the road, right on the bus route. They are part of our brothers and our community here at Southwark North. We know we represent the east side, we represent everything all about Steelpan. And ladies and gentlemen, we want you to give your love, show your affection and consideration for the Georgian Nights.
I see you was in the back.
I don't like the sun, right?
You're playing this evening? So we see Arima Angel Harps packing up. They have an event this evening. Arima Golden Symphony. They have an event where Arima Angel Harps will be playing. So
energy. Energy that one that we talking about.
Of course,
No, we are doing
want
about
to
that.
say thank you to our partners, as we say, special thanks to Provi Studios, Noir, Manets, Kiss Baking Company, Central Bank, Harry Brewery, and Mistura, Blue Waters, Uncle Meadows Hardware, and Uncle Meadows Supermarket, and Sphere Party and Event Renters, Geoso 86 Graphic Screens, Boys Capital, and all of our partners, our patrons, you the audience, you the families, the students, the friends and supporters of Sawa North Secondary. Thank you for coming out and we get started. We've had some amazing bands so far. We've had Arima, Angel Harps Juniors. We've had the Bishops and Trinity College East Steel Orchestra. We just heard from St. George's College. And ladies and gentlemen, we're getting into a band, a school collaboration that really embodies what it means to be steel, what it means to be culture, what it means to be brotherhood and sisterhood. We know that we like to say band before band, but now we say it's steel before school because we are getting ready for Tranquil Belmont Steel. What started as a collaboration for schools Panorama turned into a monumental, historical, and history-making group. Started in 2024, the Tranquil Belmont Secondary Steel Orchestra has grown from strength to strength and will continue to grow. It's two schools, but one band. Distinguished by uniform, but united through music and a love for steel, Steelpan culture, and, of course, Trinidad and Tobago. Ladies and gentlemen, representing youths from Porto, Spain, representing the best of steel. Let's give a warm welcome. Let's show our love and appreciation for Tranquil Belmont Secondary Steel. And before they start, I want to let you know, the sun moving away, the shade has come in, so you'll have no excuse to be in front of the band. We want to see you all supporting each and every band the same way. Come in front, dance, shout, sing, and wave your hands in the air, and let's enjoy the atmosphere right here at Sour North Secondary. Tranquil Belmont, let's go.
So that was TSS, BSS.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3,
Everyone, if you're enjoying the stream, please consider liking, hitting that heart button, the thumbs up, whatever you need to do to show that you like. Thank you. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, it's a good time to subscribe.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Ready? Ready, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Everybody doing over there?
Ready, 1. Ready, 1. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
So again, this is Tranquil Belmont Steel Orchestra.
Hey,
Ingrid, how you doing?
One, two,
Ladies and gentlemen, that was the Tranquil Belmont Secondary School Steel Orchestra. Let's give them a lusty round of applause. You know, we celebrated the collaboration between two secondary schools coming together as one, distinguished by the uniform, but united through music and Steelpan. So ladies and gentlemen, right now, we want to remind you of all the activities that we have going on. It's not just Steelpan. In the whole area, you take a walk around the school, you have punch plate, the balloon pop, you have sweet treats, you have pelter pan, we have popcorn on sale. There is a gaming station as well with the PS4, PS5. We have pork and mac and cheese. We have mini football going on. We have dunk a teacher / dunk a student. We have hoopla, ring toss. We have pick a prize. We have Polori, Drionek, and ice cream on sale. And of course, we have the non-alcoholic bar. We just want to make one announcement as well. The football field, however, is off limits. We know we have the intercol and premiership season going on, so we want to keep the integrity of our field here at Sour North. But right here at Sour North, we have some amazing talent, not just in Steelpan, but also in DJ and production. So we have one of our sons of the soil, one of our very own sons from Sour North coming to give us some DJ mixing. So let's go into a quick intermission where you can facilitate yourself at all the stores, all the eats, all the drinks while listening to some great music.
your waist moving. I see you know what you're doing. All night your body talking. It ain't speaking no language. You have the light, oh Lord, oh. I feel like I just went in love to. You're the light, oh Lord, oh. You are the captain. Sail away. Watch my hands on your waist and you're trying to make me sail away. I'm your company, diving down.
Hello, how you doing?
I knew you were gonna make it to this one. You have to last night on me now.
Yeah, but I was able to make it in Arima today. But you all are coming like this? Alright. Like I'll have to fight up with this youth for something. Alright, so again, this is a Steelpan Jamboree and a bazaar. So remember our days of bazaars. So they have some kind of games. They have food. I just hope the internet, you know, will cut off. Alright, so just a reminder, everybody, I'm Tisha if you're not familiar with me. So just a reminder, I am only streaming until 5 p.m. I do have a hard stop, I have to cover another event this evening. So, and it's going to take me a little while to get there. And I just don't like to be rushing. So yeah, so hard stop at 5 and I'll be streaming again this evening at 7. Once the stream is over, I'll set up the other stream so that you all will know where to find it, okay? So let's see what they have here. Oh yeah, here then they took part in the Panorama this year. They were actually in the finals for these for the secondary schools. I can't remember what they placed though. Oh look, they have a game. Well, let me see what drinks they have. They have apple pies. Oh. What is that?
Some of them have blanks and some of them have the price. Even if it's blank, you win something. Number 46, well done everybody. Anybody want to chance here? We did this already.
What you want?
Goodie.
Hey.
Very good, very good.
I see him. Oh, there's a game here? Alright. Oh. You on the football team? You on the football team? You're warming up.
Same on your side. Bring in the customer.
One more chance. This is it. 2 times a charm.
Yeah, have it.
Very good. There we go. Go Cameron.
We have it, look. Hey, drive the ball straight.
2 times a charm. There we go. In the level. charm. Dunk tank. What did dunk? What did tank? Hello, how you doing? Who tell it is? You get dunked yet? No. Nobody ain't good enough? Alright. I see nobody in this game yet. Take a dunk for the team, yeah. Oops. Football. Come on, football. The aim at it. Oh, slow and steady. Nice. They're having a hard time getting the ball steady. Sure, it's a four. Hard luck. Alright, so let's see what's over here. I'm guessing this is the school hall where they probably have assembly. Oh, it's an indoor court. I do see a stage, so it doubles as an indoor court. Oh, look at the ice cream. I don't want the ice cream.
Get my bad look good. Miss, where? Miss, you know, Miss is on the house, Miss. The ice cream is on the house.
Don't listen to him, ma'am. It is for chips, okay? Waffle cone is 5.
Yeah,
sorry,
a waffle
cone is 5. Sugar cone is 8. And waffles is 10.
I just need a wafer cone.
The wafer is 5.
Thanks.
You have to give her the lady pink and white, the 5 chips.
Where the chits are? Where you getting the chits?
Oh, you have to give your money to the principal in the principal office and you will get the chips. So if you pay $5, you will get a $5 chip.
Thanks. Okay, I will have to get a chit for this thing. So. I don't think I'm getting ice cream because I don't think I'm going through all of that right now. Alright, so this is the bar, the non-alcoholic bar.
Yes. Guys, welcome.
I need a treat for here too.
Yes, miss. We are treat here, miss.
I have no treat.
Where's the tea over there, miss? By the ice cream there, please.
Stop it. Ooh, the ice cream looking good though. Hi, how you doing?
Big fans. Thanks to being all the panoramas.
You're welcome, you're welcome.
Thank you.
What you making?
So we have wings and fries.
Wings and fries. You play with a band?
No, but I am affiliated with 2 schools, federal government primary and this school. So yeah.
I remember meeting someone from Peru
Yes,
last
was
year.
me.
Was you?
Yes.
Oh,
So we like
you look different.
Yes. So nice meeting you though.
Same.
And I watched you last night too.
Oh, like it. You watch Invaders too?
Nah, they were Invaders.
So you have to catch up.
Yeah, look at you. But I definitely subscribe to the channel though.
Thank you very much. You all hear that? Subscribe.
Subscribe to the channel earlier.
Thank
Love
you.
me.
All right, yo. Alright, let me see if I find this chips because I'm thirsty. I do need something to drink. Ooh, chow. Pineapple chow. How much is pineapple chow? 20. So pineapple chow, plum chow. These are prices or these are just for sale? Alright. So I was told this event is held every other year. Next year there is a different event. Let me get my notes. For sour. Alright, so next year they have Pan and Paranda. And the year after they will have this event again. Alright? So look out for Pan and Paranda next year from Sour North Secondary. I think I'm hearing EJ's voice, so let's see what's going on there. Or Pelori?
Yeah, Pelori.
Pelori, over there. They should have opened at 1 p.m. I got here around 1:30 and things were already in swing. Ooh, somebody went again. Yeah, things were already in swing, so they're very timely. Hopefully we can catch all the bands. I think we have 3 bands left. Tipica, Provi QRC, and Sour Note. I doubt we'll get to all of them. I think Sour Note said they're supposed to perform at 5, but unfortunately that's when I have to leave. Hello.
Next one. Which steel band has won the most large band panorama titles and how much? Hey, that's all. I see you first. So, the question is, which band and how many titles has won the most panorama titles? Tell me your name first. Tell me your name first. Nice, and what school you from? Tranquil Belmont. Nice, so we inside. Tell me the answer now. Which band? Ladies and gentlemen, give them a round of applause. That is it. So the answer, Renegades, BP Renegades Steel Orchestra, has the most titles with 13, with the most recent one being 2024. Nice man, because you run so much, I give you a nice prize here. This is from Holiday Snacks. My bro, congratulations. Thank you so much for participating and for being here. Now that is two young men. Let me see if our girl can answer this question, right? Let me see. I'll pick an easy one. Oh no, let's pick a normal one because, you know, women equality. Making sure that we don't have to pick an easier question. Just pick. I'm walking down here though because I was on that side too much. So the next question is, ladies and gentlemen, give me the names of two Tobago steel bands. Give me the names of... Alright, I see. Alright, yeah, she reach. Oh God, Jesus. Nice. Give me the names of any, could be any category, any two bands from Tobago. Sorry, what's your first? What's your name?
My name is Tia.
Tia, and what school are you from? Provi. So give me the answer. Any two bands from Tobago.
Buccaneers and Cathedral.
Yes, man, we have a winner already. Oh God, why I walk so far from the prize? This man, I walk all the way back and make it an exercise. Yes, we take it now. As us steel pannists, we have to stay fit. Woo. So, Tia, you're gonna get one of the first RIK vouchers, and these vouchers are valued at $500. So if you didn't buy all the school books yet, this is the way to do it. Thank you so much. Congratulations, and thank you for coming out. Yo, ladies and gentlemen, we in Sawa. Right now we in Sawa, and we gotta ask this question now. Now we know as tenor pan players, we have different types of tenor pans. And one of them is a fourth and fifth tenor pan. Can anybody tell me? All I don't know what is the question. I didn't see what is the question. Let me walk by St. George's, yes, because you see all here. Let me walk back on this side. The question is Question. That is what question is. That's how you spell question, right? That's the question. Are you ready? Nice. So we have fourths and fifths, we have thirds and fourths, we have low C, we have high C. But the question is, which steel pan pioneer designed the fourths and fifth tenor pan? Okay. Run up in the front of me. What's your name? Right. What school are you from? Nice. You're from Tranquil. Now the question is, which steel pan pioneer designed the fourths and fifth tenor pan?
Anthony Williams.
What's your name?
Anthony Williams.
What's your name?
Anthony Williams.
And she is correct, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Anthony Williams was the steel pan pioneer that designed the fourths and fifth tenor pan. And when we say fourths and fifth, that's just a musical term for the distance between two notes. It's either in fourths, perfect fourths, or perfect fifths. So, Kalia, yourself? Nice. We're going to give you one of the holiday snacks, hampers as well. So let's make sure people see it. Thank you so much. No, we are not a photo up here, but thank you so much. Yes, enjoy. Thank you so much for participating. Nice. We're getting tonight, going nice. I feel like I neglected the St. George's voice. I don't walk by St. George's to get my chance to run up in front of my first. Nice. We did the junior panorama categories. In the senior conventional steel band competitions, how many categories are there? How many categories are there in the senior conventional bands? And name them. I tried for the St. George's. Nobody from St. George's. I tried St. George's. Wow, who's that? Right, okay. Nice. What's your name, Miss? Arima. So the question is, name there may be categories in the senior conventional panorama categories. Yeah, ready? Here we go. Just something we are a little too far from the mic. Say it a little louder, okay? And we have a winner. So the answer is there are four categories in the senior categories of panorama: single pan, small band,
Single pan, you're forgetting single pan.
Nice one.
Ingrid.
So you want to give you one of the
Single pan will
sunshine
be
snacks hampers.
starting up soon.
Mid-November.
Mid-November.
All right, I'm going to be neutral.
Look out for steel pan, single pan.
But the reason why I'm doing this because it's a hard question. And the question is, which steel band and which year did they win the first ever Panorama competition? The name of the band and the year. Who can all look real reluctant turning up here? I ain't gonna lie. So the year and the name of the band. You don't have to tell me the song, you don't have to tell me the arranger, none of that thing. You just have to tell me the year and which band. Who doing it? All stand up here, all you know? What? It's you? Alright, give me the year first.
1963.
Okay, and who's the band?
North Stars.
North Stars? You sure it's North Stars? You're correct, I just tried to What's in here, sir? Nice one. So we want to say congrats to our QRC Provi team. So this is, the answer was the first ever steel band to win the first ever steel band Panorama in Trinidad and Tobago was in 1963, and it was North Stars. We're going to give you another one of our RIK Services Limited $500 vouchers. Thank you so much for participating. Now, I need to see some Sawa North students, you know. I ain't getting nobody from Sawa North yet, you know, what's going on. Give me something, you know, let us show yourself. I don't walk down. I feel like I let nobody from Tipica answer this question, or they know it already. I feel like I do that. So, I'll answer another question. The question now comes in the form of, we just had the first senior Panorama. Which secondary school and in what year was the winner of the first National Schools Junior Panorama competition? I'm asking one of all in here, will please save me from anybody have an answer? The first National Schools Junior Panorama competition winners and what year? I'm asking this crowd here, giving the crowd a chance to win. The first ever National Schools Junior Panorama winners and the year. Anybody remember? Anybody know? Free to walk on this tent. You win already. We like repeat winners here, but you're not reason, see? I'm free to walk on the tent. This can't tell me what to do. Walk on the tent and get bombarded, or let somebody here answer. Somebody have the answer? Asking it one more time. The first National Schools Junior Panorama winners. What year and what's the name of the school?
I don't know the year.
I think it's somebody from Tipica. Let me see somebody from Tipica. You know the answer? Success is not the correct answer. You all you go do him that Ramsey. That is not the answer. That is not correct. We both want to go rock paper scissors. Let me see what I think. You win? Alright. No, it's one wrong. What's that? One wrong. What's the year? That's what I'm doing first. What's the year?
1975.
Want to Google this? Just now, I'm not sure. Alright, okay. And what's the name of the school?
St. Francois Girls.
She correct. So, St. Francois Girls College was the first ever winners of the National Schools Panorama in 1975. That was the year I was born, you know. That was a joke.
Kids,
Oh my
I
gosh.
saw you.
Thank you for it. Wow. So this is our last holiday snacks hamper. Enjoy it. Share it with your friends. All right, nice. So we get to the last question, ladies and gentlemen. The last question. And I'm not allowing any. I want to give all of the chance. The question is, in the popular David Rudder calypso, The Hammer, which prolific Steelpan tuner was he referring to when singing the song? No school students. I want more crowd here. Which Steelpan tuner? Pardon, what's his name? Rudolph Chance is the answer. Yes, man. What's your name, miss? Thank you for coming. So I will bring the prize to you, right? I will bring the prize to you. Don't worry, I'm a gentleman like that. And in the meantime, we're getting ready for our next performance, as soon as we do this delivery to our winner, we're gonna get ready for one of our top bands in the school category. So, thank you so much, Miss Noel. This is our last $500 gift card to RKC. This is I'm sure you have a niece, a nephew, a child, a grandchild. Yes, you're gonna get all the school books, right? You wanna get started. She pointed to herself when she ready. You need money, you want comment by it, don't go on. She don't know what she getting it for. So ladies and gentlemen, it's a good vibe, it's a good spirit. We are here in San Juan North Secondary for the Youth Steelpan Jamboree. I want to say thank you for joining us this afternoon. It's been an amazing evening so far. We had Arima Angel Harps Juniors. We had Bishops and Trinity College East. We had Georgian Night Steel. We also had Tranquil and Belmont. And now we get ready for Provi QRC. Born in 2013, they are a combination of two iconic institutions situated around the Queen's Park Savannah, making up Providence Girls Catholic School and Queen's Royal College. In 2014, in their first ever attempt in the National Secondary Schools Panorama, they became national champions in 2014. This band has finished in the top 3, 5 out of 10 times in the competition. They completed a successful tour of North America in 2024, playing in Maryland, Washington, and Virginia, where they thrilled audiences with the versatility of our national instrument. All of their music is arranged by the talented Miss Kimberly St. Clair. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let us welcome with the versatile and accomplished young men and women of Provi QRC Steel Orchestra. energy, movement, and good energy. We supporting Steelpan and culture and the youths of the nation. So feel free to dance, grab a friend. Let's go. Yeah. Yeah, man, that's now. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Provi QRC. I find we got a little quiet all of a sudden. What's going on? We gotta get them the energy, man. Let's go QRC. Let's go Provi. Yeah, make some noise. Provi QRC doing it nice. Let's go. feeling nice. You liking the energy? Let's go, hey! Ladies and gentlemen, let's make some noise for the Provi QRC Steel Orchestra. We want to say thank you so much for them coming all the way up to Sawai.
Yeah. Did you ever meet my son? My son is the one who did the Jet Samaru documentary.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that.
Yeah.
So ladies and gentlemen, we are here for this Youth Steelpan Jamboree here at Sawa North Secondary. We in Duck, and right now we've had a great evening so far. We started off with the Arima Angel Harps Junior Steel Orchestra. Then we had the Bishop's and Trinity College East Steel Orchestra. We had St. George's College in the house with the Georgian Knights Steel Orchestra, followed by Tranquil Belmont Secondary Steel Orchestra, and we just heard from the Provi QRC. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to turn our attention to a community band, a band that is making waves in Tunapuna. in the eastern part of our country, it's not necessarily a school band, but they are teaching what it means to be
Alright,
steel,
so
what
this
it
one
means
is the
to be
last
culture,
band.
what it means to be
And
Trinbago.
unfortunately,
It's
I'll
a
be
band
missing the
filled
host
with
band.
youth, and of course the arranger is the young Mr. Benjamin Headley, and he's supported by so many young professionals, percussionists, arrangers, steel pannists. They
So
are
this is
making
Tipica.
waves across the country. And one of those waves was that in the COVID-19 pandemic, amidst the COVID-19 pandemic, this steel orchestra pioneered with steel band covers and live arrangements, creating a YouTube space that really brought us a joy during that hard time during COVID-19. And they continued that with the live performance series called Tipica Live Chill, and it's going to make a return very soon. So follow them on Instagram, find their socials, and get ready to be fed musically. They're going to offer us some amazing, soft, delectable, and finger-licking good arrangements. And tomorrow they're going to offer finger-licking food as well, because they have a barbecue on tomorrow as well. So please check them out.
Thank you. Yeah, so Tipica.
Give them that support as we get ready. All the way from Tunapuna, the Puna band, not necessarily, that's a joke, the Puna band, Tunapuna, Tipica Steel Orchestra. you say sweet. Tipica. 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 Oh my gosh, what a nice Tunapuna Tipica. Let's go. Let's get her some love, everybody.